I'm Rosanna.
And I'm Ray. This is video number 2 in our web series.
Okay, so why bother with changing a word? I mean, would it actually make a difference?
What is in a word? Okay, but seriously, here's an expert to talk about the difference that one word can make.
Yeah, I'm Scott Saft. I'm a linguistics professor here at the University of Hawaii at Hilo. Our language, the language that we speak, controls basically the way we think. And this goes back to a theory by a linguist, a guy named Worf, back in the 1940s and 1950s. And that actually sparked a whole lot of debate about the connection between language and perception. A lot of people have kind of gone away from his real deterministic approach, but still there remains this idea that the language, language that we know, language that we speak, influences. So not necessarily determines how we think, but kind of influences the way we think, the way we perceive things, the way we see the world. I mean, it's called the Sapir-Whorf hypothesis, and this other guy Sapir was actually Worf's teacher. But this idea is also behind kind of the modern movement to change, to change the English language, basically to degender the language, to take away so-called gendered terms and make them genderless. The term policeman, for example, we're now discouraged from using it, especially in the public sphere. Newspapers, I don't know about the local newspapers, but some of the major newspapers have guidelines now where you're not supposed to use the term policeman, you're supposed to use police officer. Same thing with fireman, okay, firefighter, and so male man is now male woman is male carrier. Even waiter and waitress, we have server, or even seen the term wait help. Okay, and the idea here is, basically goes back to this kind of Worfian idea that the term, the language, a word can determine, will have an effect on the way we view that, that in this case, that type of an occupation. So if, especially, thinking about young children growing up, policeman, having this kind of a sense that it's a man's job, whereas police officer is genderless, and hopefully influencing especially young people to believe that doesn't necessarily need any specific gender to serve in that position.
Language influences perception.
What?
It means that the words we use make us see the world differently, sort of. Here, draw me a picture of a mailman.
Ta-da!
That's your mailman.
Yeah.
A male man.
Yeah.
So basically, because Ree doesn't understand what drawing a mailman is, I'll just explain it to you. Now typically, if you asked a friend or somebody else you knew to draw a mailman, try this. Just try it. More likely than not, they'll probably draw a male figure. And why is this? Because the word mailman makes you think of a man, just like Dr. Saft has talked about in his interview. And what does this all mean means that one word can really change your perception and the way you think about things. So what can changing the word homophobia do? And by changing this word, we hope to change people's ideas about it, change your initial reaction to it, and hopefully change things for the better.